an arm to sort of stop mining by the Adani Group. And in fact, they work towards, in a way, with their foreign entities, that how to sort of delist Adani ports. The interesting finding also revealed that, how one president of one of the NGOs is also the shareholder of on the another NGO, which clearly indicating the concerted efforts to sort of run these campaigns against these companies. And in fact, they are targeting, coal and thermal power plants, and, trying to instigate protest and sort of influence people to sort of stall these projects which were ongoing. So of course, Income Tax Department has concluded the probe here, and they are clearly in the breach of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. They find that they have not utilized the fund for the intention of NGOs, and rather it's contrary to the purpose of the NGOs. So they have cancelled the license. The concerned authorities have cancelled the FCRA license of these NGOs, and these NGOs have challenged this move of the authority. Of course, the matter is in Delhi High Court, and it will be heard by the Delhi High Court, I'm told. Yes.
Shrimi, especially one would like to know how they have not been involved in the key development projects that they were meant to have worked on, and instead diverted funds towards other activities like what you're reporting at this hour. And what are those development projects that did not take shape, or that did not happen because they were diverting funds to other activities?
Yeah, so we don't have kind of list of all these projects name wise, if you ask me, because we are yet to get the confirmation on these projects, since we are in touch with Income Tax Department sources to get more on it. But clearly there were protests for these thermal and coal plants, particularly of Adani Group, and they were trying to sort of stall those projects. And in fact, if you see, 75% of the funding were used to sort of stall these projects, which is astonishing number. So in fact, in some of the years, they have seen over 100 of the funding were coming, over 100% of the funding were coming, to fund these issues and stall projects of Adani Group.
Thank you very much, Shrimi, for getting us those details. We'll, of course, follow this story very closely with you. Moving on to another story that comes from the national capital, face-off between Delhi police and shooters linked to Narayana luxury car showroom firing. There was a confrontation between Delhi police's special cell and shooters in Kanjawala. One shooter, Arman Malik, was shot in his leg during the encounter. He is known to be a shooter for Himanshu Bhau, a mastermind based out of US. The crime branch has also arrested another shooter, shooter Deepak. He is an international junior level kickboxer.
Well, certainly the Delhi Police Special Cell has made a big breakthrough in this whole Narayana firing incident. Let me tell you that this incident happened on Friday night, where 3 shooters went inside a car showroom and opened fire 20 bullets, around the whole showroom. They demanded extortion of around ₹5 crores from the showroom's, owner, and also Arman Malik, a shooter who has been shot on the leg during the encounter, has been identified, and he has been said to be, he belongs from Charkhi Dadri in Haryana, and during the face-off he was trying to outrun the police, but in that whole process 6 rounds of firings were exchanged back and forth. Also, Arman Malik got shot in his leg, and right now he's been arrested by the Delhi police. It has been said that a lot of weapons and cartridges has been recovered, recovered from Arman Malik, and also the second shooter Deepak, who was involved in this case, has been said to be an international level kickboxer on junior level. Also, he has won 3 consecutive gold medals and was working in Indian Army through sports quota. Now, what is quite weird about this whole incident is that a person who is a well-reputed, international athlete, and also he has served a time in Army, has stooped to criminal ways of gaining financially, and also was involved in this crime. Now, it has been come forward that Delhi police, and according to Delhi police sources, that Arman Malik was constantly constantly in touch with Himanshu Bhau. Now remember, a note was recovered from the spot where this incident happened. In that note there was written Himanshu Bhau gang since 2020, and now that the note was recovered, the Delhi police has said that they were constantly in touch through Signal app, and Arman Malik and Deepak are part of the Himanshu Bhau shooter gang. Also, gang-related violence and extortion-related cases were happened. Within 24 hours, 3 cases like those happened, in which Delhi police made a big breakthrough in the Narayana firing incident, where 2 shooters are right now arrested by the Delhi police special cell. Back to studio.
Moving on to another story in the national capital. After Kolkata, a doctor in Delhi in one of the hospitals in Jodhpur was shot dead last night. In fact, the medics' body now are saying that the doctors have become soft targets. This doctor was on duty and was shot dead inside the hospital. The hospital staff reported the 2 men arrived at the Nima hospital in Jodhpur area of South Delhi with an injury. After receiving treatment, they demanded to meet the doctor, and then they shot and killed the doctor. Javed Akhtar was killed. Officials are examining the CCTV footage to identify the suspects involved in this tragic incident. Well, this is another shocking story that comes from the national capital. Those are the pictures on your screen of Nima Hospital that serves the area. Jodhpur, it is one of the areas, one of the impoverished areas in southern part of Delhi that houses most of the of daily wage earners, and there are a lot of migrants who live in that area, and that's the kind of people from economically weaker background that the hospital services. And it is a shocking story that comes from this region, that 2 men arrived on a bike and they were apparently injured. They received treatment. After receiving the treatment, they shot and killed the doctor on duty, Javed Akhtar. Officials are examining CCTV footage to identify the suspects involved in the tragic incident. Tanushka Datta, my colleague, joins me for more on this story. Tanushka, what is the latest? Do we know whether the suspects have been identified?
Well, police are still continuing with their investigation on this incident that has happened late last night at around 1 a.m. wherein this 55-year-old doctor, who's been identified as Dr. Javed Akhtar, was shot at by 2 teenage boys around the age of 16 to 17 years. These 2 boys are still, on the, they are being traced. Their contact as well as their identity is still being traced by the Delhi police. And what we are understanding at this point is that police is investigating CCTV footage also of the hospital, which is better understood as a nursing home. It is a 3-bed nursing home in the Jodhpur area by the name of Nima Hospital. And this doctor, it seems to be also a targeted attack because these 2 boys, they went under the pretext of getting treatment for an injured toe, and after the dressing as well, that is when they requested to meet with the doctor in his cabin, and which is where these boys shot directly at Dr. Javed. His body is currently at AIIMS Hospital, wherein the post-mortem is underway, which will further reveal more details about the murder case. And of course, politics is brewing over this doctor being shot at his workplace. This is, of course, another instance of medical staffers being targeted, which is what the Federation of Resident Doctors Association also says, that how is it that, law and order situation when it comes to doctors and doctors' safety is not in place. These are questions that the FODA is raising at this point. And what we also know is that in terms of politics, the BJP has also come out with, Member of Parliament Praveen Khandelwal lashing out
Tanushka,
at Saurabh Bhardwaj, Aam Aadmi Party leader, telling him...
Tanushka, let me ask you, beyond politics, you are at the area today, As one understood, Jethpur is an area where migrant workers live. People from economically backward class live there, go to a hospital like Nima Hospital for their service. Are they getting service today? Are there doctors around today to help patients?
Well, yes, the hospital premises and the services at the hospital are continuing as per usual, of course. There has been one worker or staffer of the hospital as well who, was in the hospital at the time of the incident, who said that at around 1:45, police
So did you
call
speak
was
to the
made and the
eyewitness?
information about this incident was conveyed to the police.
Did you speak to the
however,
eyewitness?
no, that has not been possible as of yet, but we are understanding that police is continuing with their investigation. We await further details from the police.
Thank you very much. We will, of course, keep a very close track on this story. It is another shocking story coming from the capital, which has reported a series of crimes lately. And this time, a doctor on duty being targeted, a 55-year-old doctor in the Jethpur area of Delhi who was servicing his patients last night, was shot dead by a bunch of boys. We revisit our top story of the hour. It is about the political storm that is brewing with respect to comments made by the Congress minister on BRS leader KTR and his involvement in the divorce of actors Naga Chaitanya and Samantha Ruth Prabhu. That has prompted sharp reactions from the film industry, public figures who have condemned her, and they have asked for a public apology from the minister. The minister said that she apologizes for hurting sentiments, but she also says that she sticks to her account, she sticks to what she says. Let's listen into what Konda Sureka had to say.
నేను నిన్న గాంధీ భవన్లో మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు మరి కేటీఆర్ గారు క్యారెక్టర్ గురించి, మరి వారి గతంలో వారు చేసినటువంటి కార్యక్రమాల గురించి, మహిళల మీద వారికి ఉన్నటువంటి మరి చులకన భావం గురించి మాట్లాడుతూ మరి ఆయన నన్ను రొచ్చగొట్టే విధంగా మాట్లాడినప్పుడు నేను భావోద్వేగానికి లోనై మరి కొన్ని ఆయన మీద నేను విమర్శలు చేయాల్సిన అవసరం వచ్చింది. ఆ సందర్భంలో నాకు ఇంకెవరి మీద కూడా వ్యక్తిగత ద్వేషం కానీ మరి వ్యక్తిగత కోపం కానీ లేదు. అనుకోని ఆ సందర్భంలో ఒక కుటుంబం మాట నేను తీయడం ఏదైతే ఉందో అది అనుకోకుండా నా నోటి నుంచి జరగడం జరిగింది. ఆ తర్వాత వారి ట్వీట్ చూసిన తర్వాత నేను కూడా చాలా బాధపడ్డాను. ఎందుకంటే ఏ విషయంలో నేనైతే బాధపడతా ఉన్నానో ఆ విషయంలో నేను ఇంకొకరిని నొప్పించాను అని తెలిసి రాత్రి వెంటనే మరి దాన్ని వెనక్కి తీసుకుంటూ నేను ట్వీట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. కాబట్టి నాకు జరిగిన అవమానం, నేను పడ్డ బాధ ఇంకొకరు పడకూడదు అనేటువంటి ఒక ఆలోచనతోటి నేను బేషరతుగా దాన్ని వెనక్కి తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. కానీ కేటీఆర్ విషయంలో మాత్రం తగ్గేది లేదు. ఆయన తప్పనిసరిగా క్షమాపణ చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఆయనే చేసేదంతా చేసి ఈరోజు నన్ను క్షమాపణ చెప్పాలి అని డిమాండ్ చేయడం ఏదైతే ఉందో మరి దొంగ అని తనే దొంగ అని అరిచినట్టుగా ఉంది. ఆ విషయంలో మాత్రం ఎట్టి పరిస్థితుల్లో కూడా వెనక్కి తగ్గేది లేదు.
There's no evidence to what the minister has been claiming, and many people are calling it an irresponsible comment simply for political gains and for headlines. In fact, the Movie Artists Association has said don't use actors for political narratives. In a letter, they have said do not use actors' families for political gains. That is a statement that has been put out. They appeal to all leaders, politicians and people in positions of influence to refrain from using the names of actors and their families for political narratives. They are seeking attention, headlines. They say that film fraternity work hard to entertain and contribute to the society, and it is the earnest request that personal lives be left out of public discourse. Well, here's some breaking news coming in from the state of Karnataka, and there seems to be more trouble from Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the Muda case. New complaint against the Karnataka CM of destroying evidence. This after all the troubles that have come forth last week. It seems that Siddaramaiah, the Karnataka CM, now has been hit by fresh troubles coming in against him of destroying evidence in the Muda scam, Muda, or the Mysuru Urban Development Authority scam, in which his wife has said that she is keen to return all the plots that she had got. Well, the CM is under the investigative agency's lens. We are joined by our colleague Pratibha Raman for more on this story. Pratibha, it seems that troubles are not managing to leave Siddaramaiah, and now he has been accused of destroying evidence. What kind of evidence are the complainants claiming that he has destroyed?
Well, here we are talking of a fresh complaint that has been filed with the ED and by a person named Pradeep Kumar. He is also, remember, one of the complainants in the Muda case, and this also comes on the same day when the ED has issued summons to the other complainant, that is Snehamai Krishna, who was also involved in the Muda case and who has complained against Siddaramaiah in the money laundering case. Now, connecting the two, Pradeep Kumar has in his complaint stated that both Mr. Siddaramaiah as well as his son Yatindra have used their office during their regime to misuse the power and to ensure that they involve themselves in criminal conspiracy, destroy evidence, and also amass wealth disproportionate to the known source of income. Now, this needs to be investigated is also something that he has said, and he has also narrated in detail the proposed complaint or the actions of both Siddaramaiah as well as his son Yatindra in terms of discharging their office as public servants, the kind of criminal breach of trust as well as conspiracy, cheating, falsification of documents is what they were indulged in. And this needs to definitely be investigated, is a submission that he has made before the ED. We'll have to wait to see how the ED would be taking forward this complaint and how they would be reacting to this complaint. But like you mentioned, yes, more and more trouble brewing for Siddaramaiah, and all eyes are on how he would be countering all of these investigations and how he would be trying to counter the entire Muda case that has been registered against him. Back to you.
Pratibha, tell us how the complainants also are being treated, because there are allegations and counter allegations that are coming through in this case, and the complainants against Siddaramaiah are also being taken to task.
That's right. There have been counter cases that have been filed against the complainants as well. When you take the case of Snehamai Krishna, he has not only alleged threat to life, but there's also been a case that has been filed against him, one that is talking of domestic violence, and there are also other cases that are at least around 23 FIRs that have been registered against him, which has been a statement that has been made by Snehamai Krishna himself. And he says that this is a deliberate attempt made by the ruling party to only tarnish his image, mainly because he's been fighting against the chief minister here. But as far as these cases are concerned, there's been a lot of political flashpoint that is on, especially with the Muda case, the Congress as well as the BJP on one hand, and you also have the Congress as well as the centre on the other hand. And also in terms of the constitutional polls, we're talking of the governor versus the CM. So a lot of power play that is on as far as Karnataka's politics is concerned, but all eyes are on the counter strategy that would be adopted by the Congress, number one, and the kind of cooperation that Siddaramaiah may or may not extend as far as the investigation is concerned.
Thank you very much, Pratibha, for getting us all those details. Time for a tiny break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra. comes with Google Gemini.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
And impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead.
from Maximum City Mumbai
To the seat of power, Delhi.
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Breakfast News on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
And impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead.
from Maximum City Mumbai
To the seat of power, Delhi.
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Breakfast News on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Welcome back. There's a political war now over Delhi drug bust. BJP is claiming that the drug money that has been circulating is being used in Haryana polls. They say that the drug bust accused has links to Congress. BJP is also saying that drug money is being used in the Haryana campaign. Let's listen into this reaction.
नंबर 1, ये जो पैसा बरामद हुआ है, ये पैसा कांग्रेस पार्टी के एक पदाधिकारी के ड्रग तस्करी में इन्वॉल्व होने का है। तो क्या इससे पहले अन्य पैसे भी आ चुके हैं? कांग्रेस पार्टी इसका जवाब दे। ये शक पैदा होता है। दूसरा शक, ये जो पैसा है, क्या ये चुनाव की प्रक्रिया के लिए तो नहीं प्रयोग हो रहा था? 5,600 करोड़ रुपए किस पर्पस से था और कांग्रेस पार्टी से इसका क्या संबंध है? तीसरा प्रश्न, क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किसी ड्रग माफिया को या ड्रग पेडलर को अपनी पार्टी का पदाधिकारी बनाने में यह शक पैदा होता है कि किसी प्रकार का कोई अरेंजमेंट तो नहीं है? हम ये साफ पूछना चाहते हैं कि अगर उनकी सरकार यदि आ जाती तो इस प्रकार के ड्रग माफिया को हरियाणा में काम करने के लिए उसी प्रकार की छूट मिलती है।
The elections in Haryana will happen on the 5th of October. Today is the last day of campaigning for the Haryana elections. Moving on to some cricket news now. The Women's T20 World Cup opens in UAE today. India will take on New Zealand tomorrow. The private leagues across the world have thrown up few exceptional talents in women's cricket. Let's have a look at the top stars who are expected to set the stage on fire. At number 1 is Smriti Mandhana. She has been the mainstay of India's batting since her debut in 2014. The Indian vice-captain is the second highest run getter in T20 internationals with 56 half-centuries to her name. The 28-year-old led her Bengaluru franchise to their maiden Women's Premier League title earlier this year and will look to help India do the same in the T20 World Cup. At number 2 is Australia's opening batter Beth Mooney. She currently tops the ICC's T20 batter rankings and is one of the many big players in an experienced Australian squad. The 30-year-old has registered 2 centuries and 23 50s in 95 innings for the reigning champion. Laura Woolward will seek to captain her side to the final step, having been runners-up in the last edition. The 25-year-old right-handed opening batter is 5th in the T20 rankings, her country's highest in any discipline, and has 1 century and 11 50s in 66 T20 innings. At number 4 is West Indies captain Hayley Matthews. She currently enjoys the position of the world's top all-rounder and is 3rd in the batting rankings. Matthews' reputation long preceded her international debut at the age of 16, and at 25 she has already amassed 180 appearances for West Indies. Matthews has 2 centuries and 13 50s in 96 T20 internationals and is keen to script the revival of West Indies cricket. And finally, England's Sophie Ecclestone is the highest ranked bowler in both ICC T20 and ODI rankings. The left-arm spinner has made 159 appearances in all formats for England at only 25 years of age. She has 126 wickets in 85 T20 internationals at an average of only 14. Ecclestone will be a bowler to watch out for in the Desert Tournament. Watch out for some pulsating T20 action in women's cricket from this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. That's a wrap on this bulletin. Thanks for watching.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show. Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Hello and welcome to watching NDTV. I am Vedanta Karwal. Coming up on the show, well, the Supreme Court's tough observations in the air pollution hearing. The Supreme Court has yet again come down heavily on the air quality panel, asking for why there have been no effective measures on the ground and only meetings. This is the Supreme Court also has tough observations on the issue of farm fires. We'll get you all the latest on that. First up, the headlines. The Supreme Court rebukes the air pollution panel yet again. The Supreme Court says only meetings and no action. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court also makes tough observations on the farm fires, says why only minor penalty on stubble fire. Congress minister alleges a KTR link in the Naga-Samantha split. This as top celebs condemn the Cong minister's remark on the Samantha split controversy. The under fire Congress minister apologizes, takes back her remarks. The tax department cracks down on top NGOs. This as the income tax department alleges foreign funds behind an anti-Adani campaign that the NGOs reportedly indulged in. In the sensational Delhi car showroom firing case, 2 shooters have now been arrested. Gangster Arman, the suspected main shooter in the Narayana luxury showroom firing, was shot in the leg. The other shooter is believed to be an international level kickboxer. Geopolitical risks hurt markets. Oil and gold prices surge post West Asia tension and escalation. And a big focus on the show this afternoon. Well, recent escalations in West Asia have pushed it to the precipice yet again. This, of course, is now fears of an all-out war, a full-scale crisis now loom large as far as West Asia is concerned. Remember, travel has been entirely disrupted in West Asia, given the fact that Israel struck the Lebanon city of Beirut as well. Now, remember, key facilities in Beirut were targeted. In fact, many reports also point out that health centers, health facilities were also targeted. This, of course, is a war crime. Now, remember, Israel
has vowed retaliation as far as Iran strikes are concerned. Remember, Iran had struck Israel. In fact, there was a massive missile attack as far as Iran is concerned, and Israel has said that anything and everything that is against Israel's territorial integrity and sovereignty will be wiped out. This, of course, as Hezbollah is also battling the Israel army as far as Lebanon is concerned. Remember, Lebanon has really become one of the epicenters of the entire West Asia conflict. But the focus now on whether a full-scale war can be averted. Now remember, the G7 is in a huddle as well. The US has made an important point. In fact, President Biden has said that if Israel indeed decides to bombard the nuclear facilities in Tehran, then that is something that the US will not support. Remember, as far as Israel's retaliation is concerned, there have been reports that Israel is mulling over some sort of strike as far as nuclear facilities in Tehran are concerned, and that could potentially lead to a major escalation in the crisis, in the conflict in West Asia. So of course, this is something that the world leaders are watching closely as well. As I said, the G7 is in a huddle. They're also mulling at fresh sanctions as far as Iran is concerned. But listen to what President Biden had to say earlier.
Support an attack on Iran's nuclear sites by Israel?
The answer is no. I think there's things, we'll be discussing with the Israelis what they're going to do, but all 7 of us agree that they have a right to respond.
So, of course, diplomatic efforts have clearly failed in a sense curbing the tensions, but of course, US making an important point, saying that they will not support, a retaliation which involves strikes at the nuclear facilities in Tehran. Let me go across to my colleague Mohammad Ghazali, who tracks foreign affairs for us. So, Ghazali, clearly the crisis has expanded, multiple fronts now active. What's happening in Lebanon, of course, extremely concerning. But what now? I mean, given the fact that you also have the 1-year anniversary of the war, which began on October the 7th, what is Israel looking at right now? What could potentially be its retaliation plan?
See, the war is expanding. That's very clear, because even today there are reports coming in from Syria that Israel has taken out some what Israel calls the terror outfits or member of terror outfits who were trying to attack into Israel, as Israel every time attacks somewhere, it calls it a preemptive strike. But in this particular strike, some reports are coming in from Syria that there was a port in Syria which has been attacked, where a shipment of arms and ammunition from Tehran was to be received, and that is when Israel attacked it. Some reports are also saying that perhaps that